back. I just finished nursing school. I graduated on June 30th, and I just now made a video because I kind of wanted to sleep and regain my life back and visit my friends that I neglected. It was 11 months program. LPN, I had like 20 classes. It was 1,380 hours, so it was really long, but definitely worth it in the end. So if you're thinking about going back to school, RN, LPN, or even if you want to become a CNA, I highly recommend that you do it. It's well worth it in the end. So today I'm going to talk with you about nursing school. I'll probably do like nursing school horror stories a little bit later when I figure out like what stories would be good to tell without violating HIPAA and things like that. But basically, it was 11 months. I went to school on Monday and Thursday, and Tuesdays and Wednesdays for clinicals. I had some really good clinical sites. I had some not so good ones, and I had some really good nurses and some not good nurses. And if you're a nurse and you're watching this, always be nice to your students because they're learning and they're just starting out. I know I will always remember the nurses that were really nice to me. One incident in particular, which was actually my favorite clinical site of the whole year probably, is I got to do maternity nursing, and for some reason OB is just like really popular, so we only got to go one day. It was really nice. She let me help with everything. She jumped right in. She made me feel, you know, valued as a student, and I think that's why I really enjoyed that clinical. I think life is so precious. I actually got to see a live birth. It wasn't like gross like I thought it was gonna be. It was really emotional. I know I was in there crying, the dad was in there crying, the grandma was in there crying. It was really emotional. Nursing school was definitely a journey, I guess you could say. I look back on it now. I'll probably insert a little slideshow like halfway in between this video. I don't know. I remember our first lesson actually was gummy bears. For anatomy and physiology, we were learning the different types of cuts that they make. So we took a gummy bear and we did like transverse and sagittal and kind of cut this gummy bear up, and that was our first lesson. And then after that, I remember we had a hand washing. We call them skills check-offs when you have to do the skill in front of your instructors and they sign off saying that you can do this out at clinicals, like they would trust you to do that skill out in clinical. Our first one was hand washing. I know that sounds like really stupid, but I remember I was actually scared to wash my hands in front of my instructor. She was gonna grade me bad or I was gonna do something wrong, which was really silly because it was something so simple as washing your hands. But hand hygiene is so important in the healthcare field, so be sure that you're always washing your hands. So we did hand washing, and then I remember that they taught us how to take a blood pressure. I think that was the second thing that we had learned to do, and it was really like fun. And I remember I'd come home from school and I'd ask my parents, hey, let me take your blood pressure. People probably got tired of me asking, so that was fun. And then we got to do things like injections, which also ended up being another, like, my favorite thing to do. I know that sounds bad, but like my favorite thing to do is to give shots, but I'm really good at it and I really like it. I got to go to a flu shot clinic, and that's what I did all day. I gave shots, so that was fun, good practice. And then we just evolved and we just started learning different things like catheters and IVs, and it was just so much crammed in. But I look back at it now and I think about all the things that I have learned, and it was a really good experience. And one really good thing about LPN school that's different than RN school is they're teaching you skills that you don't necessarily know how to do, which is really beneficial for me because I had never been in the healthcare field before. And our first clinical was in November, I believe. We went to 2 different nursing homes, and we basically got to do CNA work basically, but it was really good for me because I had never been in healthcare. So we got to do things like making beds, taking people to the bathroom, transfers. Another cool thing that we got to do in school is we brushed each other's teeth. That was fun. It was different. having somebody else brush my teeth, that kind of made me understand how people would feel like in a nursing home when they can't brush their teeth themselves and they have to have somebody come in and help them with that. And it kind of put me in that position to feel how they feel, and I feel like that definitely helped me to put myself in their shoes. Nursing school was definitely really hard for me. In order to survive, you have to make sacrifices. I know I did. I missed a lot of time with my family. I skipped out on church sometimes. In order to survive, you have to have an open mind. In lecture, be sure you're asking every question that you can every day. Be sure you're there every day. Take notes. Be sure you study. That's the one thing that I cannot stress enough is nursing school is not high school. It's not regular college where you can maybe sort of kind of show up and get an A. You actually have to apply yourself, and the way that our tests work, especially with anatomy and med surg, is yes, you know the heart pumps blood, but then you have different disease processes and things, and you had to kind of think about, okay, what do I do next? Our questions were definitely higher up. It wasn't just, what does the word homeostasis mean? Write down the definition. It was more in depth and more critical thinking, I guess you could say. All the advice that I have, I'm going to insert my slideshow at the end of this. Have a good week and God bless. Bye.